Okay, YouTubers, today we're going to be looking at Tapu Koko. I just picked this up not too long ago. It came out with the new Tomy line of Pokemon, and like I said before, I think that they've really just continued to improve upon all of their their deluxe figures, and this is no different. So let's take a deeper look at this. So his character aesthetics represent that of a totem spirit from the more of like the Hawaiian region or whatnot. It's representative in Pokemon Sun and Moon. And he is from the Alola region, the protector of Mele Mele Island. So I think this is really cool for his design. He's really articulated, and that's the fun part about this. I love that his shell form and his open form are just so fluid. It's such an easy transition between the two. I just think, again, having him have his split open armor looks like two shields, and it goes really well again with his character design. He does come with the stand because he can't stand alone on his little legs on a flat surface, so it is kind of nice because he is a flying Pokemon, or he's a fairy type electric Pokemon, and his articulation is, like I said, it's really nice. It's very fluid. He's got quite a bit of articulation in his arms that makes it really easy to close his shell around him. He's like a shell former from Transformers, but I really like the design of and the color choices of his whole makeup, his body, his head, his eyes. Like I said, the shell pieces, I love the yellow that's throughout the whole figure. I think the color separation just really makes it stand out as more of a native islander. His head is articulated. It can go back and forth. I love the fact that he's got this rooster headpiece, or like a Native American headpiece, and it's really long, like a giant mohawk. I just think it looks really cool. The stand is pretty straightforward. It's two pieces, two parts. You just have the bottom piece and the actual stand that goes up into a hole underneath the figure. So, like I said, pretty straightforward. But his little legs do move. They're on ball joints. I guess you can call them legs. They look more like feathers to me, but they do move. His head is also on a ball joint, and it can go side to side, up and down. I love the way his beak looks. I just think it looks really neat. It's all one piece. But his arms, they have, they're hinged in quite a few, in two places, and then they have swivels so that you can move it around really easily. And like I said, it closes really easy in and out. It doesn't take much effort whatsoever. It's got some pegs on the inside and holes that you can just connect it and it closes. But yeah, I just think it's neat. He's got these two big giant shields that he can use to protect himself or close up. And once you've articulated how you want the shields to be held, it holds really well. So if it's down or if it's in, or if you put it out, it stays really strong. It's so far I haven't had any issues with it, and I really like that because I think that would kind of, we'll see what happens over time, but I would think that would be one of the things that could be an issue it could give. But like I said, it's pretty solid. Mine hasn't. I love the fact that the beak also is articulated, and those are basically make up his hands. Here's his Z crystal, which I don't have the piece that you connect it to make all the noises and whatnot, but I still think it's pretty cool, and I am still planning to find a way to use these in a picture or some type of story. I do think they look nice. Here he is, just as a comparison with Ash and Snorlax from the same line, and some of the other Pokemon. Pikachu's down there. He's from the SH Figure Arts Ash figure, and then Rockruff. And I'll try to squeeze some other Pokemon here in a minute. But I just think scale-wise, this works really well. I think it looks right on from what I saw in the cartoon and the game clips that I've seen. Yeah, I think just scale-wise, it's right on. So I added a little bit of a figure effect in the back just because, again, he is an electric type fairy Pokemon. So I thought this would look kind of neat. And I thought it matched the color aesthetics really well. So it all just kind of flows from one thing to the next. But again, scale-wise, with your smaller Pokemon, I think it's perfect. Speaking of, I have a mystery Pokemon here. I just picked this up. Actually, I picked it up for Halloween, but I didn't get to get it out. So here it is. It's Mimikyu, and I really think that this is quite a Pokemon. Kind of his backstory and the mystery of him, I think, is really funny, and the fact that he's, you know, mimicking the most famous Pokemon, arguably the most famous Pokemon, Pikachu, I think is really funny. So I love the fact that he's a ghost type and that he's got this crazy look on his face and this crazy looking costume. And then just kind of scaling him with the other Pokemon, of course he fits perfectly. So I'll put him with his favorite Pokemon. So here he is with Pikachu, hanging out like wet clothes. And as you can see, they scale really well together. And of course he scales really well with Tapu Koko and Snorlax and Ash and Rockruff. So I just think that these look so clean. Again, the paint work, the details, it looks really nice. I always thought he looked like a little hat. Like, it would have been kind of neat if the bottom was hollow. I know he's not a hat, but I just think it's kind of funny. So anyways, there's Mimikyu. And here is Lycanroc, Rockruff, and Mimikyu. And again, I just think all of these figures have come out so well, and they all fit really well together from Pokemon Sun and Moon. And then here's just some messing around. You know, I kind of think that in a way, if they ever encountered him, they'd be like, wow, this is a creepy looking Pokemon. And then you've got this guy who's just completely over the top with the mohawk and all kinds of island crazy. But here he is without the stand. I was able to kind of position his legs or his feathers on the rocks so he would actually hold up, because like I said, you can't really do it on a flat surface very well. And then I saw the episode where he takes Ash's hat. So again, his beak is articulated. So I was able to actually take the hat and kind of put it in there, and he can hold it. And here he is scaled in his shell form with Snorlax. And I love the fact that this looks like an egg, and that it is very much like chicken or chicken rooster. And then here's Mimikyu, and again, the form, I have it on a little tree branch this time. Again, I was able to kind of position the little legs on this little stump so that you could actually, it would hold it up. And he does look like a totem head right here, which I think looks really cool. And then just kind of take a look at this, because we didn't really look at this in detail, but I do think that the details on this are great. And I just love the fact that you kind of get two aesthetics for one Pokemon. You could really see this, like if somebody were to figure out a way to put this on as a head on like a figure or something, it would totally work as looking like a mask and a mohawk. So yeah, I think it just looks really clean, and I love this. I thought when I saw this in the store, I was like, man, I gotta pick this up. So thumbs up to the figure. If you don't have it, definitely I suggest, if you're a Pokemon fan, grab it. And then of course you gotta grab Mimikyu. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you'd like to continue this, but thanks again, Pokemon fans. Okay, YouTubers. So I did this video at the Texas Sculpture Garden in Frisco, Texas. It is literally what it sounds like. It's a beautiful park with lots of sculptures. It's a great place for figure photography. The landscape is really diverse. There's lots of little areas here and there that you can really get into easily and get creative. As well, this video has been brought to you by the letter W for Where's My Sword?